Go ahead, Adrian, tell us about it.
I also taught skiing at Heavenly Valley, and I taught skiing at Vail for quite a while. And knowing what I know, if you want to be a good skier fast, you need to take a lesson, and then that's not even good enough. So technology being what it is, I developed a ski that when you did the right moves, it would perform quickly and you could advance to the next level of skiing. And that's done with the technology that I invented with, this is a 150 ski. And this is kind of the more popular ski because it does everything for all people. Starting off, if you look at the front here, that's a hydrodynamic stabilizer. Hydro because it's liquid, dynamic because it works when the ski is going fast, and stabilizing is what it does. So as the ski hits bump, the oil splashes, the BBs slam up into the oil, the air compresses into a pocket here, and it takes all the vibration chatter out of the tip of the ski. The ski feels like it's glued down at the front.
Yeah, I noticed that today when I was skiing. And
Yeah.
as rough as it was with all the soft snow, it really held onto the surface of the snow.
Yeah, so when the ski is holding down solid here, when you tip it on edge, it's more reactive to go into the turn because skis are designed by how wide they are here and narrow, and how wide they are here is how they turn. So that makes the ski carve harder. It makes it faster because it doesn't absorb, your ski's not bouncing, so it's traveling faster. Then as you go look further down, you say, wow, here's a binding. This looks like it's further back on the ski, and it is. Because when you have a stabilizer that's this solid, you can move the binding back further on the ski without the ski coming up. And that gives you a shorter tail. The distance from your heel to here is very short, which is really cool because you could do wheelies on the tail. You're not going to hurt your ACL when you fall. You're not going to rip your knee off. Because when you fall back on this ski, because it's curved, you fall back on the ski and twist, it pivots. No ACL tear. Ski pivots, not your knee. You don't want your knee to pivot. It wasn't designed to pivot that way.
Yeah, mine did that twice and 2 operations later.
And that's thousands of dollars. Look how many skis you could buy.
Yeah, 30,000 each.
Yeah, I think skis a lot. It's real cheap. Let's look at it like insurance policy for ACL injury. That's good. For $1,055, you get no ACL injuries and you ski anywhere on the mountain. But yeah, here's another feature. If you notice that the ski is mounted only in 2 real small area like this you're standing on, like 5 centimeters. The rest is cut away. So what that means is if I bend forward in my boot, the front of the ski bends. I can show you here. See how it bends?
Yes.
That creates a rocker by bending forward in the boot. So you have a rocker tip. But when that ski is bending in the rocker and you tip it, it turns that direction in the car. Same with the tail. So you have a mechanical rocker here, and you have also a built-in rocker on this model. And that's to prevent people from getting in lockout, getting in trouble with tree skiing where they can't turn. The snow gets heavy enough and thick enough, and you're on regular skis, you may not be able to make that turn when the tree's going fast.
Yeah.
This ski, you come back on it, and it prevents a pivot point, you're going to turn. Not going to get into lockout. Lockout is when the ski gets locked and going straight and it won't turn. And that's primarily when you get too far back on the tails on a normal ski. Being higher also, see we're way higher off the edge of this riser. That gives the skier a lot more power and leverage to bring the ski over on its edge. This ski is pretty wide under the bottom, it's 85. And it takes a lot of pressure on your knees to roll the 85 over. But when you're mounted up in the air like this, 1 inch, the more leverage you have, you can roll the ski over. That 85 feels like a 67 in ways, like a slalom ski. So you could actually turn this like a slalom ski. It has a side cut radius. This 150 has a side cut radius of 8.5 meters. It's extreme slalom and carving ski. But generally those aren't stable at high speed, but so you can take a extreme side cut ski, put a dampener on it, and it'll be stable like it was a GS ski. And you have all the maneuverabilities of slalom and a trick ski. People that call it a trick ski or snowblade or something that turns like a rollerblade or roller skate. That's what this will do. As you tip it and apply pressure, you create this arc of the ski, and it follows that arc. So it's like a rollerblade, like roller skates. When you get forward on like 4 wheels, you get forward on 4 wheels, they pivot, and then you roll the skate and it turns like a roller skate. So that gives you this pure carving effect. Not to mention that you have a binding position that can be moved several places on the ski. So with these 4 bolts come out, and there's a position forward for speed, all mountain, and then back for deep powder. Or it could be for a lady who has someone with a real small boot, you could just move it back and it'd be like a person in all mountain position. Also, the big thing in ski boot fitting is getting your stance, getting the cant right, so your skis are flat when you're skiing. They're not, one ski's not like this or like this. Depends on your legs, if you're bow legged or not. With this ski, you're able to adjust it yourself with some coins in your pocket. A little tool comes with it. You loosen these screws and put a coin in here. This one's a quarter. And that tips the riser this way, the whole platform. That gives me 2.5 degrees of cant, which is a nice solid cant. Gives me a really edge to edge, and mogul's a real quick edge. You don't have to move it as much to get your edge, more responsive, like for smaller skiing. If I were to do downhill skiing, hey, I could take it out, or power skiing. I don't need it, because the ski is going to go like crazy when it gets into the deeper stuff, or when you're going faster. So you can take it out. Or some people put in a dime, a little less, just a little bit less. Ski also has a lot of camber in it. If you can see, the camber is like a leaf spring, you know, in a car.
Yeah.
So this is like a leaf spring, and how do you get a spring to be springy? You know, it's a ski. I use solid bamboo, like a hardwood floor. So the ski is wrapped in fiberglass around a hard, solid bamboo floorboard, basically, machined with a computer. If anybody knows anything about bamboo, it used to be how we had fly rods were made out of bamboo because they had so much action. This ski has that much action. When you compress it and release it, it gives you back the energy. 80-90% of the energy you put in. Any other ski, you're lucky to get 70-60% return out of it. Normal birch or poplar that they use in other skis.
How long have you been working on the ski?
Long time. It was a lot of development to get the edges, the shape right, the binding position, the dampener, and then trying to figure out how to make it mass production where they won't break. The ski is guaranteed for life. You can't break it.
Oh yeah, I noticed that on the website.
Yeah.
So how do people buy these if they're interested?
If they go to FloSkis.com, FLOSKIS.com, look at the different skis, look at the videos, a comparison chart. We make 3 different models, and you pretty much look at that, you'll know what model you'd like to have. It ranges from 9-year-olds. I'm 60-something, and it's good for me. I'm anywhere from 65 pounds to 300-pound skier.
Great. Well, hey, thanks for your time, and thanks for letting me ski the ski this weekend. It's June 5th, 2011. We're here on Aspen Mountain. We reopened for summer skiing, and thanks again. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Time to kick it old school.